we wanted to bring you on the summer tour of our yard. So Kelly's gonna walk around with me and we're gonna show you what's blooming in the summer. Come along. I love this little corner. It's so much fun because we have so much stuff growing. We've got clovers coming up through our pathway. We've got tansy and sunflowers and Mars midget. That's what those cute little magenta ones are. And sunflowers. I just love this corner because so much grows here and it's just really happy. And check out these hollyhocks. I think I have 10 different kinds of hollyhocks around the yard. So I'm going to show you each of those. But this is one of my favorite corners in the yard. Here's our little wildflower patch. Oh, there's my Kelly. This is where I just tossed seeds and had things pop up willy-nilly, and it's nice and full. Lots of pretty flowers. And then check out our berry patch and our tomatoes. We have cherry tomatoes and the Sweet 100 nice big Romas. And Kelly picked a pretty big bowl of tomatoes today, didn't you, bud? It was really full.
Yes, I did.
And we've got blackberries.
Strawberry.
Oh, she just picked a strawberry from her little set of strawberries. So we've got blackberries and raspberries growing, and then we're gonna go through the sunflower garden and check out, yeah, check out our strawberries. Look how happy they are. The shade is helping, extra water. They're doing much better. Rhubarb plants, ginormous. Still have lots of daylilies. Kelly, okay. And then this is what happened with our compost plant. It's ginormous and going to town, and I'm not actually sure what it is. We're still waiting for the flowers to pop out. And tomatoes. This is all compost, and I'm not sure what that is. Leave a comment if you know what that might be. I have a guess, but we're just gonna see. Okay, coming back through the strawberry jungle, and we've got more of the compost plant going to town, so it's doing really well. And here are more of our compost mysteries that are popping up. We've got, let's see, here's one of them. I'm not sure what it is. It's either a melon or a squash. And then, and you guess what this guy is?
Melon!
Kelly thinks it's a watermelon, but the leaves don't look like watermelon leaves. So if you have a guess, let me know in the comments what you think that is. And our roses are blooming for the second time, third time.
Fourth time.
I've got some deadheading to do. If you deadhead them, they keep coming back at, look at these. I wish you guys could smell them. They're really lovely white roses with a light pink. So pretty. And then we've got stuff popping up in the greenhouse. We've got tomatoes and all kinds of fun stuff, extra things. And check out how green our grass is. Our grass is really happy because the clover is doing so well. I'm totally loving how that is spreading. I just did a video about how to spread clover, so hope you guys like that tip. And here is the beginning of our sunflower jungle. We have sunflowers all the way across our fence, and most of this is just from the birds planting them. I leave our sunflowers up through snow and winter time, so our pretty finches have a place to rest and eat and have extra seeds. But it's not fun. We've got tons of sunflowers and they go all the way down across the fence, so we've got lots of sunflowers. But I'm just gonna let those stay and let the birds spread them and let the finches have a place to rest. And this section is getting there. The dang box elder bugs keep eating everything, so I'm having to figure out other ways to get rid of them. But there's a few things that are hanging in there. And then check out this corner. Isn't this so fun? I did the patio and painted the bench and then planted all of these flowers. And check out how the morning glories are doing. I really love how that fence turned out. It's so fun having all the morning glories, and there's tons of iris. And I just saw the alyssum popping up, all these cute little teeny tiny white flowers. Those just started blooming. this week. So this corner is filling in really nicely. It's my view from the hammock. So you can see when I'm sitting in the hammock, I get to see this view and that view. I thought you guys might get a kick out of this too. These are the catmint plants that I dug up and put into pots. I transplanted them and now I'm going to be trimming them off. You can see the green, that one's hanging in there and this one's hanging in there, but some of the other ones I just wasn't sure what they would do. So I'm gonna trim them back a bunch and see if they can do some new shoots. And then these are all evening primrose that I've transplanted from our driveway. So they're hanging in there. I'm babying those a little bit, trying to get them big and strong so I can put them into bigger pots. But it's fun to transplant all kinds of random things and see what your plants can do. This is kind of fun too. I've added a lot of solar lights around the yard. So this one is a pretty chandelier that has, they're called fairy lights. So at night it's really pretty and full. I'm actually gonna do a short of the solar lights we have around the yard because we have all these up on the porch that are really pretty when it's dark. So I will do that video soon too, but thought you guys would get a kick out of that. And then check out this, we call this the covered wagon bed. These are all compost plants that have just, I let them be and they're just growing. And these are potatoes. But check out how many squash are hiding in here. I think we've counted 5. Oh, I'm trying to get all these squash bugs. They are sneaky little devils. If you have any extra tips for how to get rid of squash bugs, please comment in the comments. But there's another one, and then 2 more, 3 more back there. So they're growing really well. And then there's other little something's popping up. I don't know. This is the compost bin that I dump the stuff and then let it go. And all of these tomato plants were rescued from the compost, so I've let them go. And they're growing and growing. More squash bugs, those little stinkers. I tried to pick them off literally every day, but so far that, whatever it is, melon or squash is hanging in there. And then we've got more tomatoes hiding in there. These are potatoes. And then these are all tomatoes, also from the compost. They're starting, oh, there's some hiding in there. They're starting to grow. We've got tons of flowers. We haven't picked these yet. They're just getting ready. And then more morning glories. I can't remember what these are because I lost the tag. I think broccoli. More compost. These guys aren't quite as happy, but, and then this is something I thought would be fun to share. So see all these little carrots that are in a row? I helped my friend thin her carrots and I wanted to do an experiment to see what would happen if I planted them, and they're growing. They're happy campers. So if you need to thin carrots, maybe plant them in a different spot in your yard. You might get some more. And Kelly's little corner is going to town. We've got the gerbera daisy that's nice and full. Feverfew that I transplanted is happy. Marigolds are getting ready to go to seed, so I can grab some more of those pods. And then a carrot magically is in there. Actually, quite a few carrots. That story is my dad helped me fix our fence, and the carrot seeds ended up on his back, and I just brushed them off of his back, and now they're all over in our backyard. And then we've got Shasta daisies, but Kelly's little corner is filling in really nicely. I love these little guys. I don't know what kind of clover all these are, but they're beautiful ground cover, and they're really, really full. I love them so much. We still have a jungle back here. I'm going to be trimming all this down so that I can get the seeds. This is the evening primrose. These are getting ready to dry out, and these are nice and dry, so I can hang them up and get all the seeds. But these guys got really tall. This one's almost as tall as our roof. And then we'll go underneath our wisteria arch, which I love. We've got hollyhocks going to seed, so they're spreading all over the place. And our soapwort is blooming for its 3rd time, I think. So I've been deadheading that, and it's blooming and going to town. And then the mountain bee plant is nice and full. And I figured out what the problem is with the garden boxes with our neighbor's cat. That's why nothing was growing. So I've got forks in here, and I did lime to help fix that. And boy, it's a jungle coming through these sunflowers. Now we have stuff popping up. These are the first little things that have popped up in here since I planted seeds starting in like April. So the trick was soaking the dirt to get rid of the cat pee and then putting in the forks. I haven't done anything with these other beds yet because I wanted to see how the one went with the flowers, but it's coming along. See, here's some more. Looks like a marigold, and then I can't tell what the other one is. So a couple things are popping up slowly but surely. Dang cats. So hopefully that will solve that problem. I wanted to show you all of our sunflowers. This is full. I've trimmed down the feverfew a couple times. It's starting to come back with its second and third wave. And we've got some plants that are popping up. I think these are marigolds too. This little one closest to us, there's more yarrow. This yarrow is popping up for its second wave. I need to get those seeds. And then we've got poppies that are, the California poppies are still hanging out. Oh, this little guy's not happy. I haven't watered yet today. This is from being hot today. And you can see all of our garden boxes. There's lots of fun stuff popping up. The hollyhocks are doing their second bloom. We've got tons of hollyhocks still blooming. So that's that little section. And then coming this way, we've got more hollyhocks. These snapdragons I noticed the other day are really nice. They can bloom for quite a while if you keep deadheading them. And then this little jungle, it's getting there. I've got more, what's the word? I need to get the dry iris leaves out and then trim down the iris. These are gladiolas though. We'll have to see if they'll bloom still, but I do need to get the dry stuff off the iris still. And then here in the front yard, we've got lots of stuff still going to town, lots of sunflowers. And I wanted to show you, I set up a sign on my fence that has my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, and then all the seeds for sale. I haven't had any neighbors stop yet, but it's up there. And then all kinds of stuff's popping up along here. Let's see if I can go through here. And then we've got our plum tree and our apple tree and our peach tree and our cherry trees at the end. And then this whole planter is really full. I'm excited with how this has been going. Again, the hollyhocks are doing their second bloom. I've been deadheading everything, so we'll get another wave of color from quite a few things actually. The coreopsis are still going, and then these blue flax, I've been deadheading them, so they should bloom again. And this is where I planted the society garlic. Remember the video I did trying to scare the cat away? It seems to be working. I haven't seen it there, so the stinky pretty plant is working. Then we've got daisies that are still going to town. Lots of hollyhocks. This is their second bloom, so I've got seeds to collect, but look how pretty these are. We've got lots of hollyhocks. They're just going to town. And then Johnny Jump Ups snuck in there. So we've got lots of fun things still blooming. of what our yard is looking like in the summertime. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, you're awesome and I super appreciate you. Please share this with other people who love gardening. Like, subscribe, share with everybody that you know who loves gardening, and just keep on happy gardening.